As the rest of the country waits for the Trump administration to come out with its much-anticipated infrastructure plan, California has already passed a $52 billion transportation bill, and some districts have major infrastructure projects already in the works. But there may be a catch for the state's residents. Aditi Roy reports from Lafayette, California.
This is a 5-year, $40 million program to improve 40 miles of pipeline carrying drinking water to residents of the East Bay near San Francisco. Officials say the renewed pipe network will be state-of-the-art.
Our job right now is to increase the rate of renewing that pipeline.
But for homeowners in the neighborhood like R.J. Murray, there's a rub. The water district is raising rates to pay for more infrastructure projects like this. And that's not all. Part of the reason the East Bay Municipal Utility District is hiking fees is that during the California drought, urban area residents cut back on water use by more than 20%. That meant a decline in revenues for water districts throughout the state, and dozens of them have hiked rates to help pay for infrastructure. Murray, who even stopped watering his backyard during the drought, is skeptical of the more than 9% increase next year.
I don't think inflation's going up to that extent, so I think it'd be more fair and equitable if it stayed in pace with that.
But East Bay officials say their hands are tied, that like many water districts, their fixed costs are about 90% of their total costs, and revenues mostly come from water bills. With some infrastructure projects that were put on hold during the economic downturn nearly a decade ago, and rising water main breaks during the drought, they say the cost of waiting is just too high.
It is a pressing need. Our infrastructure is aging. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been maintained, but it does mean that the investments, the original investments in this infrastructure were made generations ago. And now it's time for us to reinvest in that infrastructure.
Murray says he'll continue to save water because it's the right thing to do, even as he gets ready to pay more for it.
I'm uncomfortable with perhaps the amount that they're proposing, and I think they probably should put a sharper pencil to all that.
As workers continue to upgrade the infrastructure, the Association of Civil Engineers says in its latest report card that California will have $44 billion worth of infrastructure needs for its drinking water over the next 20 years. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Aditi Roy, Lafayette, California.